power of common sense is huge, enormous, gargantuan. And these descriptive adjectives are but gross understatements. Hey everybody, this is episode 22 of 1 + 1 makes 2. Today we will be answering the most intriguing, consequential question known to mankind. What follows death? Is there a heaven, hell, purgatory, physical, or an eternal spiritual state? We are fortunate to have our great mother, the mother of all mothers, here with us again as the embodiment of humanity, and I must add, what a body! Stop it, Bob! Speaking to your mother like that may be interpreted by some of your listeners as an incestual innuendo. Oh, my, I never thought of it like that, Mother Nature. Gosh, good point. Listeners, forget I said that. Now, where was I? In the studio, and you still are. Yes, Mother Nature. But I meant, like, what was I saying? Oh, yes. We are presenting the answer to what succeeds death. Mother Nature, do you wish to say anything about this? What ensues after we humans die? Well, no, Bob. I'm certain that your listeners trust the objectivity of your common sense. Thank you, Mother Nature. We do have a simple, straightforward explanation. Listeners, after death, we become as we were before birth. Everyone, visualize yourself 50 years before your birth. Every bit of matter which consolidates to form you as a living entity is present somewhere on our Mother Nature. This is true of you 50 years and every year before and leading up to your birth. Think about it. We are a constituency of the atmosphere, water, and soil, which is mostly decayed plants and animals. Our parents are derived from this also. Now, listeners, let's visualize ourselves 50 years following our death. By then, your entire body has decayed and been dispersed, retained once again by Mother Nature as components of the atmosphere, water, and soil. Now, here's a question for you. All the years prior to your birth, was there any suffering, injury, headache, disease, emotional issues, anything negative afflicting your pre-birth existence? Well, of course not. Never in any of the billions of years prior to your birth was there any of that. Well, good news. After we die, life, so to speak, will be identical as before we were born. I mean, totally the same. Barbie, Bobby, like I said before, common sense is the best evolutionary ideological mutation which has ever occurred within the human brain. However, I must remind your listeners that unlike most genetic and physical mutations, ideological mutations are sometimes fleeting, ephemeral, temporary, or let's just say forgotten. That's because there's no common sense gene. It is merely a learned mutation. Therefore, not everyone has it. And if they do, they may not use it for various negative reasons. Yes, sadly, Mother Nature, we will hope our listeners will always use common sense and therefore comprehend and accept the logical sameness of life before birth and after death. Mother Nature, I feel so good sharing this revelation with our listeners. It excites me. Well, in human terms, it is insightful and it does have an eternal impact on each and every human. After all, it includes no suffering, no pain, no heaven, no hell, no damnation. Well, this This has been extremely refreshing, and frankly, it's put me in a very good mood. So now's a good time for a good laugh, right, Bobby baby? I'll try anyway. But first, I have a horrific news story. A cheese factory exploded in France. Debris was everywhere. And hey, I just learned recently what sprinters eat before each race. Nothing. They fast. And as I mentioned in past episodes, I do have some weird friends. And yesterday, one of them walked into a dentist's office, I learned, and said, "I think I'm a moth." Well, the dentist told my friend, you shouldn't be here. You should be seeing a psychiatrist. My friend told the dentist, "I am seeing a psychiatrist." And the dentist asked him then, "Well, what are you doing here?" My friend said, "Your light was on." And here's a question for you tea drinkers. What kind of tea is hardest to swallow? Reality. Listeners, realistically, it's time to say thank you for checking in on us today, and thank you, Mother Nature. No need to, Bob. I'm here whether you thank me or not. Oh, I know. Okay, that's you. Thanks to Danny Briel, our producer and technician. See you next time. Bye-bye.